guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, going to be going over the trades we end up taking today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So this is what we ended up looking like today. I told you guys yesterday that this 30-minute chart, we ended up crossing down on the puts, and then on the call side, same thing, 10s below the 50. We're neutral going into today. We have FOMC, so could definitely expect a little bit of slower action going into tomorrow. So yeah, today we actually didn't end up taking any trades, and this is what the charts ended up looking like. So if we go to the 0DT charts, you guys can see we did not get any crosses here. Yes, right here off of open. This isn't really a cross, though. I mean, when we have a massive gap like this off the open, it's not something you're taking. And then we just lost 50, went negative, and there was nothing else on the call side the rest of the day. Same thing for the puts. Never got a cross on puts. There's no shorts here off of the 0DT charts. And if we go to the fibs now on ES, I mean, there still wasn't any trades. Yes, we ended up rejecting the 6807, but wasn't really a trade to take. I mean, we ended up breaking out of the range yesterday, so since we broke out of the range, we're only looking for long opportunities. So that 6807 short wasn't really the best setup in the world to take. But yeah, we never got the long entry down here at 67.57. Even if we did come down here, honestly, I probably wouldn't have longed it, just because it's the first test of us going back to this level. Like, this is pretty much, if we break back under this level, then we're going to be flipping the fibs back to shorting the rip. So this initial tap of it probably wouldn't have taken either. I'm just kind of waiting for the range to break, or not range to break, but if this does want to break lower, then I'm gonna wait for that to happen. Or if it wants to hold and actually establish that we're gonna hold that level on the first test, okay, cool. Then I'll look for some sort of trade offer there, like maybe a call across or something like that. But even if we did get this pullback, probably won't be a trade I was taking anyways. But yeah, today, very, very slow day. Look at this price action on ES. I mean, look at this afternoon shop. I mean, we were in what, a 64 to 87. I mean, really though, I mean, it's 77 to like not even like a 10-point range really the whole day. I mean, I really want to include this bottom here. It's more so like these wicks down in here, like 70 to 83, like a 13-point range on ES. Definitely not something I wanted to be a part of. And obviously, since we're just chopping, the system didn't give any trades, so that's kind of where the system does help you a bit. It keeps you out of this shitty action when we get across. Okay, that's more than likely when we're going to get the move. And besides this opening pump and dump, there really wasn't anything to take. So very, very simple day, not doing anything. We got FOMC tomorrow, so in the morning, who knows, maybe it'll be a little choppy again, but after tomorrow, I think we'll see some solid price action. So again, going into tomorrow, I'm not going to be sizing up or anything like that. Probably be taking a light again, being cautious. If there's any trades that do set up and that look solid, okay, I'll take them. But it's going to be another lighter size day for me tomorrow. And then once FOMC is over, I'd imagine price action gets back to normal. We start to see some good price action again and get some solid moves. So going into tomorrow, this is what we look like on the fib. So we're in between these two fibs at the moment, 6807, 6757. What's the trade you want to be looking for? So for me, I'm probably not, I really don't want to long this 6757 level, just because it's the first test of this level. And since we broke out of the range, I want to kind of make sure that we're just not going to dive right back under it tomorrow. So I want to see this hold first, and then maybe if we get some sort of retest on it after, we end up getting like initial bounce, maybe. But I'm more so looking for, if we get a break of 6807 and then a retest of 6807, that'd be a, solid trade to take, because that pretty much confirms, okay, we're going to break above that 6807. And if we get a retest of it, most likely that will end up holding since we're in buying the dip mode. I don't know. I still feel like we're going to end up going lower at some point. Maybe FOMC will do it. I don't know, but that's just kind of like my gut feeling. I don't know. I would need some, I would need the premiums on the 30-minute to flip bullish, and then I would favor like upside a lot more, because we're also sitting at higher time frame 50 SMA here on the monthly contracts, which is this contract here. We're now on to the Aprils. We're sitting right at the 4-hour 50, which is a massive, massive spot. You guys can see what happened last time we ended up hitting this. We ended up marking a bottom, and we just pretty much trended lower for the next, like, however many candles right there. And we're back at that spot today. Wouldn't be surprised if we did gap down a little bit. But again, if this chart does lose the 50, cross negative, okay, then we're 100%. I'd be expecting us to rip higher. But with the monthlies sitting at such a key spot, it's not like the weeklies are crossed or anything like that on the call side. So for me, I do favor downside. Again, I'll come back after FOMC and see what we look like, because that could obviously change things with how aggressive price can move during that. So we'll have to see how we end up looking from there. But that's just kind of my bias. I'm not like positioned for anything based on these charts. This is just what I'm thinking where we're going next. And yeah, for tomorrow, if we get any sort of like 0 DT cross, I'd be open to taking that on either side. When it comes to fibs, like I said, I'm probably not going to be taking a fib trade. I doubt I'm going to long this 67.57 just because of it being the first test. I want to make sure this ends up holding first. So